be honest with yourself. Like if music wise, it's like when I was first starting, you know what I mean? I was making music. I know that shit was trash. Like at first, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I knew I could make it sound fire as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta be honest with yourself and know when something's fire and know when it's not. You know what I mean? So you can like just evolve and get better, literally.
Yo, what's going on, guys? You're watching Kids Take Over in Vancouver all the way to LA, and I'm with another artist who, yo, you're actually Canadian, you'd say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Forever Friday. For like the longest time, I thought your name was like Fever Friday, and so did all my friends, right?
Yeah.
But no, it's wild that you're from Canada. And how recently did you move to LA?
It's been a while. It's been a while still. Like it's probably like a year and a half.
A year and a half.
You know, I think LA is just like it's inspirational. You know, it's like just driving around and like just meeting like actually like cool people. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's been good. Definitely.
Right. I listened to you first when I heard the Who Is Friday EP, right? The thing that like caught my ear is that obviously you know that your beats are really good and like they had like that like cold like eerie kind of vibe to them, but it was like, dude, as an upcoming artist, your voice was mixed so well, and I don't know if people have told you this before, but it just sounded like so clear. And
she pulled out her phone and then asked me to Snapchat the best. She look at my phone and then asked me to call up my meds. I hit up the pharmacist, I need a kilo of meds.
You know, usually when you listen to an upcoming artist on SoundCloud, it's like you can tell that they recorded it on like the Blue Snowball mic or whatever.
Yeah.
But how did you make your stuff sound like so professional in the beginning of your career?
I think it's just a lot of practice. To be very honest, like I've been practicing for so long. You know, like I had like the idea of like being an artist since I was like maybe like 14.
14, okay.
Yeah, 14. It was kind of like I put it in my back pocket. Like it wasn't. I knew like if I started like making music seriously, I would kill it. You know, but I just knew it was gonna take time and like, you know what I mean. Like you gotta put in your hours. You feel me? So
you started making beats first. That's what you originally did, right?
I started making beats seriously, but I was always writing rhymes before that. I started selling beats when I was maybe like 16.
Oh, you sold them online like on YouTube?
Yeah, I had like a website, everything, you know what I mean? I was making like good money like for my age, you know what I mean? So I've been self-employed since like long as I can remember, literally.
Nice. What was like the best check you got off selling your beats at a young age?
Best check? I don't know, I remember like just being in school and just showing out like my homie like 20 bands, like, you know what I mean? Like that day type thing, like it was good money, man. Like it's crazy stuff. Recently I started getting like in my like producing bag a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like even like I've been working with a lot of like my homie producers, like Paperboard Player. He goes crazy. He made Window Shopping. I'm not trying to just make music, you know what I mean? Like I definitely want to like make beats for other artists, even write, you know what I mean? Direct, like I'm trying to like really expand, definitely.
Out of all places, like how did you end up in Edmonton? I'm just curious.
So I'm originally from like Rwanda, Africa.
In Africa, okay.
But I was so young. Like I was 3 years old. We moved to Montreal. Like that's where like most of my childhood happened.
Why'd you go from Rwanda all the way to Montreal? Like it's kind of random, no?
My parents just wanted better for ourselves, you know. I feel like maybe it's because like Montreal is it's like it's French, like, you know what I mean. Like my family's like pretty much French.
Wait, you speak French?
Yeah, it's my first language. Yeah, and then it's like around like summer before like grade 10. That's when like I moved to Edmonton. Well, when I first got there, like the scene like music wise, it's like it was kind of dead. Like, you know, there wasn't really much happening. But like over time, it's like now there's like so much there's so much talent coming out of like Edmonton. Like it's crazy, bro.
Damn, put me on it, because you're the only artist that I know that's from Edmonton.
This is my boy Arden. He's going crazy right now.
What's his name?
Arden.
Okay.
Yeah, you should check him out, definitely. Like he's like amazing, you know. Levi Dane, Yacho. There's this girl called I think her name is like Theodora. She's hella fucking fire. She's sick with it, you know. So it's like talent is just like it's in abundance, you know, for sure.
Damn, I'm like, how have I never heard of these people before? Because like there will be like playlists on Spotify, like Canadian playlists, right? But I mainly just see like Toronto artists, and then I'll see like Boston and like Miller Gray on it and stuff. But I don't see any of those Edmonton artists on it.
I'm not sure. So maybe it's just like they just, I feel like it's just like the past maybe like 4 or 5 years. You know what I mean? They're probably just working on their music and stuff. But like talent wise and potential wise, I'm saying like there's just a lot. You know what I mean?
What do you think it takes them? Because like I feel like there's talented people everywhere, but
I don't think it needs anything, man. Cause like honestly, like in my own opinion, I feel like you don't really need. I feel like if you're talented and you're working on your craft, it doesn't matter where you're at. You know what I mean? Like the internet is here for a reason.
The internet fact.
You feel me? It's like it's kind of like what I did. It's like I don't know, when I started making music, I never really expected the city to fuck with me, to be very honest. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to put the music out to the world. It didn't matter what city I was in. It's not like you're on your own, but it's like you gotta figure it out. You know what I mean? It's like I kind of like took it like very young. It's like, well, the system is not built like for niggas like us. You know what I mean? It's like you really just gotta. I had like a self-made like mindset like since very young, you know.
Was there like a specific like rough time specifically that you had like in your childhood? Because I feel like everyone kind of has that growing up, and like that fuels them to like, you know, go crazy at the music, or even like with us, like, you know, do this media shit. Like
it's just honestly, yo, it's like my parents did everything they could to like make sure like I had a proper childhood. You know what I mean? So that's like priceless. You know what I mean? So I definitely don't regret anything. Like I appreciate literally everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but it kind of just seeing my mom like work jobs, go to school, you know what I mean? Seeing my pops like being away for like a longer time, you know what I mean? So it's like they kind of put like that hard work, like, you know what I'm saying? They kind of like just embedded that like into me.
What kind of jobs did your parents work like when you were young?
My pops used to go like to Africa a lot, you know what I mean? He did like taxi.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I feel like every immigrant parent did the taxi thing. That's
definitely, yeah. So yeah, taxi, and then my mom kind of worked like at a clinic.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Not for sure, man. When you're coming up and you see your parents doing this stuff, when they come from a whole different country, it's like mad inspiring. But you don't get it when you're like 10. You get it when you're
definitely not, yeah.
When you're 20, you're like, damn, they did that, and like now we have a house and shit. So.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how do you explain to your like immigrant parents that you're doing what you do? Like that must be kind of a hard thing, no? Like for me, bro, like to tell my mom that like, oh, there's like rappers in my videos, like they don't like it, you know?
Yeah.
Or at least at first, they're like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Right?
Yeah.
So how did you do that?
It was it was definitely an uphill battle, you know what I mean? It's like it's always been on my mind, you know, and I kind of just did it. I had to do it, like there's no other option for me. Like that's what I wanted to do, you know what I mean? So I kind of just explained that to them, and eventually they got it. You know, they kind of didn't understand while I was learning because the skill wasn't there. You know what I mean? It's like, but once they see proof that you're actually doing something good for yourself, you know. Honestly, we kind of had I would say like, it was like an argument with my parents, right? And then I just like left the house, you know. I just left the crib, and I kind of just put my foot down. I was like, yo, this is what I'm doing, you know. This is what it is, you know. And after that, I kind of like just started releasing more music, and like everything started like building up. They seen the numbers, you know what I mean? They seen, they just saw what I was doing on the internet, and they liked it. You know, the music was good as well, you know. So it's like, it was just a matter of time, basically.
Where'd you go when you like went out the house? You know?
I was like hopping from Airbnb to B&B, like.
What? That must have been mad expensive, dude.
Yeah. I was good. I was good still. I was good, but it was definitely not the smartest thing to do. You know what I mean? But I just had to do it.
Did you end up coming back and like, you know, resolving that with them? And you...
we resolved it, you know what I'm saying? And after that, like, you know what I'm saying, we got super close, and we're good now, like 100%.
You low-key need shit like that with anyone that you're close to, you know? It's like, if everything's perfect the entire time, it's not perfect, you know?
Yeah, that's how family is, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you bump heads, but you always come back, you know what I mean? It's family, it's family.
Right. So, yeah. Hell yeah, no, I 100% agree. How did you get your name, Forever Friday?
Honestly, I always knew like I wanted Forever in my name. You know what I'm saying? I had like other names like coming up and stuff, but nothing like that really like I felt like stuck. You know what I mean? So that day basically I just first it was gonna be like Forever, like the full word, like Forever. But then I kind of like flipped it into like the FRVR, and then added the Friday to it. And that's kind of just how it happened. You know, I just kind of had a feeling like about it, like.
Why Friday though? Like so random. Like there must be some sort of story behind the Friday.
Behind the Friday, bro. Honestly, is just the vibe of it. Like, it's just aesthetically, it just look nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what looks good and I know what sounds good. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, yeah.
I feel like one thing about you that I noticed is that your visuals and then just you yourself, right? Like, you take care of like your visual branding really well, right?
Yeah.
Again, you know, a lot of upcoming artists they won't figure that out till like way later in their career, but I feel like you've had that established since the start, right? So like, how'd you kind of do that with just your music, your visuals, and your branding? It all correlates, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was visual wise. It was just like watching a lot of movies. Like I I was always like I always liked like world building, you know what I mean? Just like off like just watching short films, movies, anime too as well, you know what I mean? So it kind of always like I said, it's just second nature, you know what I mean? And also have like a very very good team. Like right now, like I have a really really good team. I have my homie Barry. He helps me like a lot. We just bounce ideas off each other and it just comes out like how it comes out, you know what I mean?
That's what's up. What's your advice to someone who's like, trying to make, who's already made music and stuff, but they don't have that aspect of their career figured out? Like, okay, this is my look. This is how my videos are going to be.
I would say study other artists. You know what I'm saying? Study artists that are coming up right now. Study like old artists. You know what I mean? Just like really like connects with you as a person. You know what I mean? Like you always got to be genuine as well. You know, it's all got to be like something like that you fuck with as a person.
What were like some of those people that you kind of, when you were growing up, you're like, damn, I want to be, whether it's like I want to kind of sound like him or I want to like look like him or I want to have,
Niggas like Drake, like bro, they like the blueprint for niggas like us. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'll probably say like Akon. I remember like seeing Akon, Smack That. Like that shit was crazy, you know? Yeah. Akon, Timbaland was hard. I'm like sonically type thing, you know?
Yeah.
Aaliyah was hard. I used to listen to Lil Wayne. I used to listen to a lot of Meek Mill too as well. You know what I mean?
What about the, cause like EXO was also like, I don't know when you were coming up, they were like going big, but like EXO was also a huge thing in Toronto, right? Yeah. Not just The Weeknd, but Nav, 88 Glam too, Did you kind of listen to them growing up and like?
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah. Like, they're going crazy. It was definitely like inspirational, especially because it's like with Canadian artists, it's like you could connect to them more. You know what I mean? Because they kind of like we all come like from the same spot. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Was your dream kind of like to get signed to one of those labels ever, like OVO or EXO, something like that? Like every Canadian.
Yeah, it was definitely in my mind, like definitely 100%, you know. But I kind of just also knew like I just wanted to do my own thing, you know. And if we connect, we connect. You know what I mean? That'd definitely be hard.
Bro, how did you get a Lil Baby verse in? Was it last year? It was last year, right? Or the year before that? Yeah, dude. That was like, cause like Lil Baby at that time, getting a feature from him is like getting a feature from Drake, low key, right?
Yeah. It was like honestly just two mutuals. Like I sent him the track, he fucked with it. He sent back like a killer verse right away. You know what I mean? It was wild, and then that's kind of just how it happened. Yeah.
Damn, that's
that simple. Yeah.
And I think that I don't know if you're close with him still, but you and Vory, like I think you guys click really well together.
Yeah.
And you're kind of in like a similar space where I feel like in terms of your career, I feel like you guys are you still have like a bit to prove, but you're so talented, you know. So yeah, how'd the whole Vory connection happen?
I was in the studio in LA. I was recording okay, and then
What dude?
I was recording okay, like the track like I was.
Oh okay.
Yeah. I had like the hook, and then he kind of like he was in the studio and he pulled up on me, and he heard the track. He just literally just went to the booth and one sitting did the verse. And that was it. Like, I knew we had one type shit. Like, it was wild. That nigga's like talented for sure.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I feel like people don't even know that how talented Vory is. Like.
Yeah. Especially, I was watching like the show. They had like the at the stadium, and when they like played the Vory track. It was, bro, that shit was beautiful for real. It was definitely like he's going crazy.
That's what's up. I know you mentioned that we were talking before that you watched our Aaliyah interview, right?
Yeah.
When I was reading online, I saw that like he was kind of like your mentor in a sense, right?
Yeah.
Or, like he helped you out early and.
That was like my second project that I ever dropped, like right after More Than You Know. It was called Offline, and I kind of like just hit him up. I used to, at that time I was listening to his music super heavy, you know, like he's really talented, and like he hit me back up like right away. He sent me back the verses like so quick too, you know. He like really showed me love and like kind of like showed me the ropes with certain stuff and like looked out for me, you know. So he's definitely a real nigga for that. Like it's not a lot of people as like genuine as him, you know.
Yeah.
And especially in the industry.
That's what's up. I mean, I was checking out your TikTok the other day, because a lot of your snippets will like come on my For You page, right? And there's this one specific one. I think it's called like Talk About Love or something.
Yeah, how would you feel? That's how would you feel?
That's what it's called. Okay.
How would you feel if I go X out all of my bitches? X out all of my bitches. How would you feel?
That's not released yet, right?
Nah, we're releasing it on the 18th.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I was gonna ask. That's one of like I think your better songs that you made, and just you have so many snippets. Like I think I went on an IG live once too, and you played that one, and then you played like 4 other ones or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Is there like some sort of like project that you're gonna compile with that?
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to drop a project very, very soon. Like dropping like less than a month. You know what I mean? I'm very excited to drop it because my fans are waiting. I'm just trying to put it out to the world, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's dropping very soon. It's an 8-track tape, and I'm also trying to drop like another project this year as well. Like I'm trying to really go crazy. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think you can do that because if you put out an 8-track, I like personally like I just don't like when artists put out this crazy 24/5 song album.
Yeah,
you know?
facts.
Especially if you're coming up, right? Like that doesn't make sense to me. But I love the 8-song thing.
Yeah, it's like it's a balance, you know. It's like not too much, not too little. When it comes to projects, it's like I'll make a track and right away like I kind of know if it's gonna be on a project or not. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like the process. That's kind of that's the process with it. So
yeah. What do you see like you know? Let's say in like the next 3 years, like if you're gonna watch this interview back in 3 years, you know, you kind of just want to like foreshadow like where you're gonna be. Like, well, what do you kind of see happening in 3 years?
Yeah, honestly, I'm just trying to do my thing, man. I'm just trying to tour the world, meet new fans, drop more projects. I know it'll be a lot of projects out by that time, you know.
Yeah.
So I just want to be able to like, just live life, you know what I mean, and just expand into other things that's not music as well.
Yeah.
You know, so.
That's what's up, man.
Oh yeah.
That's what's up. Well. Curious, you know, last question. A lot of like young people watch our interviews, right?
Yeah.
So if, you know, how old are you right now?
I'm 23.
23, okay.
Yeah.
What would you say to like the 17-year-old kid, you know, who was in your spot when you were in Montreal or like Edmonton, still just trying to, you know, get up there and whatnot? Like, what kind of advice would you say to that person?
First, I would just say like stay true to yourself. That's just one, you know. And also, also just say like stay consistent, put in your hours, you know, like. Put in the work and everything is gonna align by itself, literally, you know, like hard work is never gonna betray you, literally, you know, so that's what I would say. And I would also say just be honest with yourself. Like if music-wise, it's like, when I was first starting, you know what I mean, I was making music, I know that shit was trash, like at first, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like I knew I could make it sound fire as well, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta be honest with yourself and know when something's fire, know when it's not, you know what I mean? So you can like just evolve and get better, literally.
Yeah, and like actually take criticism, because I definitely what you're saying.
Yeah.
Hey man, bro, I appreciate it, and it's just kind of dope to see where you're at. Honestly, whenever I see any other Canadian person doing something dope, it feels so cool, especially because it's not like you're from Toronto, you're from like the west side of Canada, right?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, and definitely link next time you're in like BC.
Hell yeah, come on. Oh, you play ball?
I play ball all the time.
Oh, let's get it.
Will you play ball too?
Yeah, let's get it.
We'll play before you leave here, sure.
Oh, in LA?
Yeah, how long are you here for?
I'm here until the 17th, but I'll smoke you guys, bro. I don't want to do that to you.
You're talking this shit.
Nah, I just really got to.
No, we gotta do that before you leave.
Nah, I'm done. Alright, man, I appreciate it. Cool.
Nah, thank you for having me, my G.
You guys watching Kids Take Over? It's for Friday. Yo guys, thanks for watching that interview. I know there might have been a bit of like difference between our audios, a little bit of technical difficulties, so I tried doing the best I could, and I really wanted to interview this dude, man. I think when I first heard him, it gave me the same feeling as like when I heard Bryson Tiller for the first time, you know? I was like, this is so easy to listen to as a rap fan, and yeah, love his music. Go check it out. But if you guys didn't already know, we started a playlist. Really sick stuff. We started a playlist in collaboration with SoundCloud. So like we partnered with them to release this exclusively on their platform, and it's called KTO Sounds. It's on the SoundCloud page if you go on SoundCloud. And yeah, I mean, like, come on, you guys been asking for a playlist forever, so go check it out. There's added commentary in between the songs, so go peep that. The link's in our bio, and I'm gonna see you guys next interview.